Hello everyone and welcome to the August edition of MCTV Studio B, a program put on as part of MCTV's Summer Video Camp. I'm your host, Thomas. In our show today, we will feature segments about the Midland Center for the Arts and the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. We will also talk with the Director of Community Affairs for the City of Midland and talk with a police officer from the Midland Police Department. We will start our show with Studio B reporter Calvin, who is at Dow Gardens.
Hi, I'm Calvin. I'm here with Elizabeth Lumbert, the Associate Director of Dow Gardens. Thanks for being on our show.
Thanks, Calvin. Thanks for coming.
I have a few questions for you. The first one is, why do you add art to Dow Gardens in the summer?
We add art to the Dow Gardens in the summertime to give our guests something additional to look for, and we're often kind of trying to trick them to get off those pathways and go explore the gardens and walk on the grass with our art.
Okay, thank you. I have another question. What is the Art of Dr. Seuss exhibit?
The Art of Dr. Seuss exhibit is a traveling exhibit that we have for the summer, and it's made up of 6 different sculptures all throughout the gardens. We have the outside portion, and the Midland Center for the Arts has the inside portion of the Art of Dr. Seuss.
Okay, thank you. How long will the Art of Dr. Seuss be at Dow Gardens?
It's going to be here through the middle of September, so be sure to get out this summer to see it, because then it will travel on.
Okay. Do you have a favorite sculpture?
I do. I love Horton.
That is very nice. Thanks, Elizabeth. I'm Calvin reporting from Dow Gardens. Now let's go back to the studio.
Thanks, Calvin. Joining me on set is Officer Greg Tate from the Midland Police Department. Welcome to our show.
Thank you for having me.
What is the purpose of K9?
Well, we started the K9 program back in 2000. Let's see, was it 3 years ago now? So 2012. We actually never had a police department with the K9 in our department. So we decided to get some money together, and we talked to our chief of police, and he said, yeah, let's get some K9 dogs. So we started a unit here. We have 2 dogs. We have a bomb dog and a narcotics dog. My dog is Brody, the bomb dog. And what he does, he assists. He assists officers in working with them for finding people that are in buildings, finding people that ran away from crime scenes, and also he can also work with by himself to find explosives. If someone said there's a suspicious package over here, he could go and do that. And also if let's say an event came into town that they wanted me to do an explosive sweep at, Brody would be called and we go through like a stadium or the MCTV area or wherever it was to make sure there's no bombs in that area. And that's kind of what we do. So the big thing is we assist other officers in helping them do their jobs a little better.
So he truly is man's best friend.
He is, yes.
And where did he come from?
Well, I'm going to say hi, I guess. He came from Germany. He came from Germany in 2012, December 2012. And he came from the central area of Germany. And he came over there, and we came over to Von Lick is actually the name of the kennels that brought him into America, and it was in Ohio. We went down there and we looked at our dogs, and they brought a bunch of different dogs out for us. We had 6 guys that were choosing dogs at the time, and what they did was they chose different things. They threw a ball, see how far we go to get it. They do some bite work on a bite sleeve, and then also they would do a confidence test where they put him into like an old beat-up mobile home and see if he could run around and throw the ball around and see how he likes hitting the ball and stuff. See how their big thing is we see how their ball drive is. So once we saw these different dogs, we could pick one we liked and we could walk around with it and see if we liked it or not. And I picked Brody. So he's kind of my dog, and I picked him just because he's a beautiful dog, and he's a little smaller, but he's very, very fast. So.
And how old is he?
He is about 4.5. He'll be 5 in October. October 18th is actually his birthday. When they brought him over from Germany, they had to have a passport, an animal passport that came with him. And it shows his date of birth on there, and it has his an X-ray of his hips to make sure his hips are good. And then also it's all in German, which is kind of neat. So they have that too. So.
And does he go home with you at the end of your shift?
Yep, he goes home with me. I have 4 girls that hang out with him. They feed him. They help me feed him. They help him go take him to the bathroom and stuff. And he's with me 24/7. If I go on vacation, they do have actually. I have a kennel person that will sit with her, and she can go there and hang out at the kennel while we go on vacation. That's the only time he's really apart from me. So about 4 or 5 days a year probably I get them away. So.
And what do you two most like about police work?
The thing I like the most, I've done it for almost 21 years, is I like that it's so different. Every day it can be something different. Like yesterday, I was doing some training and working with some of my friends that I work with, other police dogs from the area. And towards the end of our shift, they want us to look for a gun in one of the parks in town. So we responded over there, Brody and I did, and so did Officer John DuBois and his dog Syed. And we actually did a sweep of the whole park area looking for this article. You know, that's kind of what we do. So I didn't know that's how it would be for that day. So I really enjoy how different it is. And I think I have the best job in the department because I get to go work with my best friend every day, which is my dog. So, and he never talks back to me. Sometimes he does bark at me sometimes, but it's nice to have him with me. And I get to go work with the dog every day. And it's a great feeling. So just wants to say hi.
Hello.
Brody, come.
And thank you for being on our show. We now go to Studio B reporter James, who is at the Midland Center for the Arts.
Thank you very much.
Hi, my name is James. I'm here with Christian Werfel, Marketing Director for the Center for the Arts. Thanks for being on our show.
Thanks for having me, James.
Could you please tell us what you do at Midland Center for the Arts?
Sure. At Midland Center for the Arts as Marketing Director, I have the pleasure of leading the team that gets to make sure that all of you are aware of the wonderful offerings that we have going on in our auditoriums and the museums down here at Midland Center for the Arts.
Could you tell us more about what is currently on display in the museum?
Sure. I love this exhibit that we have on display right now. It's called The Art and Retrospective of Dr. Seuss. And I think everybody knows a little bit about Dr. Seuss, which makes this pretty special, I feel. And you get to see his early works all the way through some of his unpublished works. So you can go ahead and explore the whole exhibit and also get a taste of some interactive exhibits along the way, such as Create a Creature Station, or we even have this one area where you can just maybe sit down and read a familiar favorite of your books from Dr. Seuss, maybe even Green Eggs and Ham, who knows? So those are some of the things that you can see up here on the 4th level at Midland Center for the Arts, and you can also look around. We have even more art exhibitions up here as well.
Please tell us about the museum that's always on display.
We have 3 levels in our museum called the Hall of Ideas that have been recently updated in certain areas, and I recommend that you go out there and explore. So from the moment you come in and see the mammoth, head on up to the other levels and check on out the art wall, which is interactive. You can make your own drawings, even email it to yourself. You can head on over to the music and percussion station, and so many in between.
Your 2016-17 season is on sale starting on August 15th. Could you tell us more about what is coming up next season?
Sure, James. This upcoming season is really exciting. Our whole theme is You Belong Here. And we're starting the season off with a free kickoff concert in downtown Midland on August 26th with a group called Funkadaisy. It's an eclectic group, sure to please the audience. So come on and join us out at the free concert on August 26th. And we've got everything ranging from familiar favorites like Mannheim Steamroller. Our community theater production is putting on Beauty and the Beast this year, and even some groups that'll really just be different, like Vocalocity, which is an a cappella concert that we have going on in October. So I invite you to check it all out at mcfta.org, and I look forward to seeing some of you this season.
I'm James, reporting from the Center for the Arts. Now let's go back to the studio.
Thanks, James. Stay tuned. We will be right back after this time out.
Looking for a new hobby? How would you like to create your own television show? Call Midland Community Television at 837-3474 to sign up for our next orientation studio workshop. You will learn how to use a studio camera, learn how to edit on a computer, or even be the host of your very own TV show. Don't wait. Sign up today. Call MCTV at 837-3474 to sign up. Midland Community Television, your community voice.
Welcome back. Joining me is Selena Tisdale, who is the Director of Community Affairs for the City of Midland. Welcome to our show.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions. What kind of things are coming up in downtown Midland that teens would be interested in.
Okay, well, if you love basketball, we have the Gus Macker 3-on-3 tournament coming up, and that's taking place on August 13th and 14th. It's a Saturday and Sunday tournament. Begins first thing in the morning, and you can see some fantastic basketball action all weekend long. As part of the Gus Macker tournament, we also have music. The Battle of the Bands will be taking place on the evening of Saturday, August 13th. That will be right up on Main Street in downtown Midland, where all the Gus Macker tournament action takes place. And as that begins to wrap up on the evening of the 16th, we'll bring the bands in. So you get to hear lots of great music and enjoy bands as they compete to be the top band in the Battle of the Band action.
Ah, I've been to one of the Gus Mackers. They're really fun.
They're a lot of fun to watch, and they're even more fun to participate in.
Indeed. Midland is noted for unique things to do. What are some of them?
Okay, well, we have all sorts of things, whether it's walking your dog. We have a great dog park in Chippewa Park that you can bring your small or large-sized dog down there and give them some exercise and let them socialize with other dogs. Also in Chippewa Park, we have our skate park, the Trilogy Skate Park, which also is open now to bikes. So you can blade, you can board, or you can bring your bike and enjoy lots of great hills and challenges as part of that skate park opportunity there. We also have the BMX bike track, which is out at Stratford Park, so you can hit the beach, you can do some beach volleyball out there, or you can bring your bike and enjoy the hills and the BMX challenges there at the bike park at Stratford Park. And also I'd encourage folks to check out City Forest, which has 13 miles of biking trails. So if you like to mountain bike and enjoy your challenges on the trails, you can do that. They have equestrian trails if you're into horseback riding, or you could just go see some horses out there on the trails. And in the winter, it's the great place to be because you can ski, you can snow sled, and we have a great toboggan run out there as well.
In other words, you'll never get bored.
You will never get bored here as long as you stay active.
And Midland just had a visit from school kids from our sister city, Honda, Japan. What's that all about, and how can people get involved?
Okay, well, we have a 35-plus year relationship with the city of Honda, Japan. And one of the big parts of that relationship is a student exchange that takes place every year. Right now, we're hosting 3 students. Most of them are juniors and seniors in their high schools in Honda, Japan. So 3 of those students are here. And how Midland gets involved is we have 9 host families that get the chance to host these students for a week at a time and take them around and show them Midland. They're going to a Loons baseball game. They went up to Sleeping Bear Dunes. They're going to do the Chippewa Nature Center Voyager canoe trip. So it's a great opportunity for us to learn about the Japanese culture by hosting these students and to teach them about our Midland community. Now in 2017, students who are in the Midland area that will be entering their junior or senior year in high school in 2017 will have the opportunity to go to Honda as part of our student exchange. So we will send 3 students from Midland to Honda next August, and they will have the chance to experience the Japanese culture over there.
Yeah, I knew someone who went there, and they said it was really fun, actually. It must be nice there.
It's a great exchange, and not only for us hosting, but for the kids that get to go and experience it.
Cool. Thank you, Selena, for appearing on our show. We now go to Studio B reporter Bennett, who is going to take us on a tour of the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library.
Hello everyone, I'm Bennett Veith here today with the MCTV Summer Video Camp. I'm here today with Melissa Barnard, the director of the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. How are you?
I'm good today, thank you, and welcome to the library. Well, why don't we get started right here in the lobby with our tour?
That sounds great. So Melissa, there are tons of things you can check out here at the library with a library card. How do you get a library card, and who can get a library card?
Well, you're right, Bennett. There are thousands of items to check out here at the library, and all you need is a library card, and it's really easy to get one. If you are a resident of our service area, all you have to do is come here to the checkout desk, fill out a library card application, and that very day, you are going to get a card that will allow you to check out anything in the library. Sounds easy, right?
Very easy. Can you tell us a bit about this self-checkout thing that we've heard that's going on here at the library?
I sure can. Not only will I tell you, but let me show you how it works.
Awesome. So we are here at the self-checkout station with Melissa. Melissa, would you mind showing us how this works?
I'd be happy to. This is really easy and it's very convenient. Take your library card with the barcode side up. You're going to scan it. Your name will come up. Put your books on the pad. Now you're going to press this button, View Summary. You see your items are listed. Press Receipt, and you can print out a receipt. And there's your receipt, and you are done. Wasn't that quick?
That was very quick and very easy. Let's go down to the teen spot now. So we are down here in the teen spot right now with Melissa. This looks like a great place for friends to come and study and hang out. Can you please tell us about some of the programs you do down here?
Well, I sure can. First of all, we're surrounded by lots of books, so we have the most recent and the most popular books that teens want to read. Besides that, we do things like game night for the teens. We have a volunteer program where teens can come and volunteer to help us during the summer and also during the school year during special programs. We have book discussion groups where kids can get together, talk about the books they've read, learn more about the books they've read, and we also have cram night. So winter finals, we invite teens to come down here on a Sunday night when the library is not open. They sort of have the run of the library and they can study for their finals. So we provide lots of opportunities to come for teens to come and enjoy the library.
You know, one of my favorite things to do down here in the teen spot is sit down and read a book. It is so quiet, relaxing, and a lot of fun. I really enjoy this room.
We're glad to hear that, and that's a perfect use of this space.
I agree. So Melissa, where are we now?
Well, we're in the Beyond Books, which is an early literacy activity center here at the library in the lower level in the Youth Services Department.
Sounds like fun. Why did you set up a play area for younger kids in the library?
Well, we wanted to set up an area where children can learn early literacy skills before they go to kindergarten.
So what ages would you recommend for this?
Well, we're looking at children up to 5 years old. And in this area, they will have what looks like toys, but they're really educational experiences for them. So they're going to learn about letters, about numbers, about colors. They're also going to learn about playing with other children. And they're also going to have their parents here interacting with them.
Okay, thank you very much. Sounds like a great place for younger kids to learn how to read. Wow, I didn't even know this place was here, and yet it's so big. Where are we, Melissa?
Well, you're on what we call the mezzanine, and this is the second floor of the library.
So can anyone come up here?
We sure would like anyone to come up here. In fact, we encourage people to come up here. We've added a lot of furniture, tables, chairs, lounge chairs to get people to come up here to study, to have small discussions, just to meet with friends.
So, what is there to do up here? What kind of things go on up here?
Well, we do have art exhibits throughout the year. We invite nonprofit groups in the community to come and display their art. And so people can come up and look at their art and see what people in the community have created. And then again, anyone can come up here at any time.
This place is amazing. Thank you very much for telling me a bit about the mezzanine. So thank you very much, Melissa, for showing us around the library today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for coming.
And don't forget, if you have any questions about the library, you can go to the library's website at www.cityofmidlandmi.gov/library. Now let's go back to the studio.
Thanks, Bennett. Don't go away. There is still more to come.
Where can I study and hang out with my teenage friends? If I feel like watching a movie or listening to an audiobook, where can I get one? If I don't have a computer, where can I go on the internet to do some research for school? Where can I get a book on outer space? If I want to learn how to speak Japanese, where can I get a CD that will teach me? Where can I get books on MP3 free of charge? The answer to all these questions is the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. The library is open Monday through Friday, 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. and 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. on Saturdays. The library is located at the corner of Eastman and West St. Andrews Roads. You can call the library at 837-3430 or go on the web to www.cityofmidlandmi.gov/library for more information.
Welcome back, everyone. Studio B reporter Philip is here to tell us what's coming up at the library.
Here's what's happening at the Grace A. Dow Memorial Library. There's a new seating area for 4th and 5th graders in the youth services. It's called the Tween Zone. There's Wi-Fi access for your devices, and you can check out a notebook to use at the library. For kids up to kindergarten age, the Discovery Depot will be open from August 10th to the 27th. It's a great place for kids and adults to play together. The library will hold a special fall lecture series about our founding fathers. The first lecture will be held on Thursday, September 22nd at 7 p.m. in the auditorium. Teen Read Week is happening October 9th through 15th. Teens are encouraged to read and nominate their favorite books from the past year. Yes, you can at the library.
Thanks, Philip. Well, that wraps up another edition of Studio B. We would like to thank our guests, Selena Tisdale and Officer Greg Tate, for appearing on our show. We would also like to thank the staff and volunteers of MCTV for making this camp possible. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time. Bye.